Hello, how are you? Did you know that SUNAT is requesting information that may interest you? It is asking legal persons and entities to know about their final beneficiaries, and you can be one of them. If you own shares in a company, either directly or indirectly, or you are part of an investment fund, trust, trusteeship, or others, you can be considered a final beneficiary. If so, you should take into account the following. 1. It can be a natural person who directly or indirectly owns at least 10% of the capital of a legal entity. For example, it occurs directly if you are a shareholder in a company, and it occurs indirectly if you are a shareholder and jointly with relatives, spouse, or domestic partner own a total of at least 10% of the capital. Remember that if you have a shareholder who is representative, he also is a final beneficiary. In some cases, it can also be the shareholder of a company through other companies. This is called chain of ownership. 2. A natural person who individually or with other natural or legal entities are in charge directly or indirectly in the company may be a final beneficiary. For example, a natural person is directly in charge when he has more than half the power of decision. In the case of being in charge indirectly, a natural person will be the final beneficiary if he can appoint, remove, or veto the highest hierarchy managers, or if he is responsible for the strategic decisions of the company. 3. If you fail to fully identify a final beneficiary in both cases, the natural person who has the highest administrative position of the company, such as the general manager, or the director, or whoever has higher hierarchy, will be the final beneficiary. 4. Legal entities can be trusts, investment funds, committees, among others. For example, in the case of a trust, the final beneficiaries are the truster, the fiduciary, the trustee, or the group of beneficiaries. Whilst in an investment fund, the final beneficiary is the participant or investor who has the ultimate and effective control of the assets, or who has the right to the results or profits of the legal entity. That is, all those who make up the legal entity. Now you know, if you are a final beneficiary, you must inform the legal person or legal entity about your condition. To do so, you must previously fill out the natural person that qualifies as final beneficiary form and legalize it in a notary. Keep in mind that if a company or legal entity identifies you as its final beneficiary, it will inform you and will also notify SUNAT through the Declaration of Final Beneficiary. Likewise, we remind you that you must keep in mind the filing dates established by SUNAT to avoid being penalized. If you are a public notary, you must verify that the presentation of the Declaration of the Final Beneficiary has been done and inform SUNAT in case of non-compliance. Why does SUNAT ask for this information? To strengthen the fight against tax evasion and avoidance, money laundering, and terrorist financing, and in order to fulfill the commitment to exchange tax information with administrations of other countries. For more information, go to SUNAT Virtual, www.sunat.gov.pe. SUNAT. Together, we do right by Peru.